Hello, welcome to Eclipse, episode 3. We're back again, and thank you for joining us today. Say hello to the lovely crew, and the charity this week is benefiting the International Bipolar Foundation. So be sure to donate using the Tiltify link, and thank you for the donations. We have some news. Our new merch is now available at Tuesday Night Game Store. That's tuesdaynight.com, I believe. TuesdayNightGames.com. Let me double check.
Oh my god, you just TuesdayNightGames.com.
TuesdayNightGames.com.
There's also a link below
It's
the
also
channel.
Tuesday night with a K, right?
Yes,
Yes.
with the K.
So that's
Tuesday
also
Night
good.
Games.
Yeah, not to be
Tuesday
confused with a
Night Games.
website based around Tuesday nights.
Oh my
Which is just the weird shit Alex gets up to. You can learn more about
Does
it.
Tuesday night have its own website?
You can find our badges and our pins there. So be sure to check that out. And as always, tonight we've got music scored by Stargrave live. He's currently manning the station right now as we speak. So everything you hear is being activated by little buttons and knobs. And he's no, it just left.
That's how music works.
But finally, I want to do a special thank you to Backblaze, our sponsor for this season. And let's see, Kiko, how is Backblaze upgrade treating you?
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's been great. I've been accessing some of my order files and seeing memories from when I was just a child. And you were teaching me, Peter. You remember? You used to let me watch the Real Quantum Housewives episodes when I did well with my studies.
Ah, yes, I remember. I wish I didn't, but I do.
Well, yeah, not only that, I can remember every cast member that came through all the seasons now, like Kelly and Chad and Connor and Dave and Haley and Chet and Bethany and Seth and Kenny and Brody and Brad and Mackenzie and Stella and Medicine and
Yes, Kiko. I remember. I have constant access to my data files. I am an android. Now I finally understand why people ask me to stop talking.
Huh. Anyway, Backblaze is great. Check out Backblaze at backblaze.com/eclipse.
Thank you. Thank you for that lovely message. Right, so let's get started. We last left our crew. They were on board Shard, a large space station out in the Dark Zone, I believe. And they just discovered a small group of aliens who they were trying to help. They smuggled them onto their ship. But in the meantime, a large majority of the crew was looking to enjoy a spa day. And we find ourselves back at Tranquilia on Shard in the deep space of Eclipse. Thank you for joining us. So, who is at the spa? Who has decided to show up for sure?
Yeah, we'll wait outside until others arrive.
Okay. So y'all wait outside. It's a large kind of a cement-like building, and it's got this neon sign that's just steadily humming, and it just says Tranquilia, and every now and then it just kind of pulsates, like just gently. And then on the bottom this just says run by robots.
Even the sign is relaxing.
And you hear the music playing from the inside out. There's this little atmosphere, and every now and then a customer seems to go in and out, and then people leaving seem very relaxed, very at ease.
That sounds great. Is anyone else going to come join us?
As you're waiting, you see Asher Lynch shows up, and he's got like a look about him like well, are we going in?
Yes, eventually. Let me just ping everyone again. I ping specifically my main crew as well, Ruha, Peter. I'm like, you guys, you're coming to this spa. Tranquilia.
thought we had agreed that I would not be coming.
Okay, let me get on comms. Okay. Why are you not coming, Peter?
Because we have 3 aliens on
Oh,
board.
shit. Yes.
4?
Aliens.
4. We have 4.
Do you only have 3? Go find the 4th one.
No, he's here. I looked.
And that's why we're not. I don't trust 4 aliens on our ship when they can't leave. So Peter should stay there.
Yes, which is why I opted to stay on ship.
Okay.
I agree.
Do we say 5 because of Taladar?
Taladar is a trusted-ish member
Still-
of the crew.
Still an
So-
alien. I'm just.
Yes, no.
It's all about perspective.
The new ones.
New
are
ones.
with
Got
me.
it. Got it. Got it.
I'll switch comms over to Len. Hey, Len, you thinking of joining us at Tranquilia?
You know, I'm gonna hang out with the aliens.
What'd they say?
They said they want to hang out with the aliens, I guess. Len, are you sure? Going once, twice, spa on us.
Over.
I've
Lynn-
got a new spa experience built into the slick sockets now.
Over
They
Lynn's
check it
comm,
out.
you hear, Lynn, would you like some tea?
I switch straight back to Peter's comm. Peter, you gotta come
Oh.
to the spa. Len's staying on board, hanging out with the aliens. You gotta come here. It's
I-
run by robots.
Yes, Kiko.
What?
I will gain no benefit from the spa. I think it's more important that I make sure our ship is not taken or overrun or
You don't trust
anything
Len?
of that kind. Well, not necessarily. I just think it would be better if I stayed. It seems to make the most sense.
You can go with them. And you hear Selena overhearing you. She goes back and forth with a bunch of gear, kind of just getting the repairs done on the ship.
Oh. Fine. Look, I'll come to the spa.
Go on over there and get yourself spoiled. That's what you're supposed to be doing around here.
If I come back and the ship is gone,
Well, I'd be surprised if it's gone. We're taking it apart and trying to fix it up right now. So.
mildly upset.
If you see Ruha, Peter, get Ruha to come along too.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Mm.
And I go first. I find the 4 guests and inform them that our previous arrangement of me staying with them is now null and void, and I will be leaving.
They seem kind of taken by the ship. They're kind of just looking around and kind of like whoa, just taking in the visuals of what the interior looks like right now. And then Lynn is talking with them.
And I assume Taladar is still here to facilitate translation.
Yeah, that Taladar is there, kind of just observing everything.
Great. I leave you in Lynn's capable hands. They will provide if you need something. I will be leaving because apparently spas are very important. And I turn around and walk out, and I go find Dr. Ruha.
All right. Ruha, where do they find you?
Still near the ramp that comes into the ship.
Got it.
I think that Black Band guard may have told some of her friends that I was here. So now there's a couple more. Meeting really. Yes, I know Brody. He was one of my clients. Yes, from Real Quantum Housewives. Yeah, he was my client from, well, only for a couple. And I see Peter. Oh, you know what?
Oh,
Pleasure
Dr.
talking
Ruha,
to
if you
you.
wouldn't mind.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. Yes, ladies, please be safe.
Peter just
Kind of
looks at the
extra
crowd.
respect from them.
I have been bullied into going to the spa. Would you like to come?
Well, I would prefer not to, especially with
Yes.
all of the commotion.
That was my thoughts as well, but
We also haven't located the alien craft yet.
yes.
We should
I-
probably tow it to ours.
Yes. Well, if you would like to stay and work on some of that, then by all means.
I'm gonna
I
ring
have been
them. Are you on your way? Ruha, Peter, they've got deals. I'm sure they have deals. There's a bundle. If you don't come, we don't get a bundle deal.
Well, then it looks like we have to go.
It looks like we have to go.
Bundle deals are important.
Yes. Space Groupons and all.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, come along, but I might not get any services, but I'll come for the head count.
All right.
Selena and Lynn, please message me if anything happens, even a little thing, anything, something.
And
Sure
make
thing.
sure those aliens don't do anything to my cat.
Right. Lynn kind of like looks around. Where's that cat? And, like gets back into the ship.
It gets into some pretty strange places. Check the ventilation shaft. I'll like move along.
Got it. Do you
I
make
don't
your way over?
understand why I have to go to a spa. I receive no benefit from it. It does not relax me. I don't get it.
True, but I think Kiko gets benefit from you being there. So maybe it's better to think of it that way.
Did you discuss this on your way over, and you see the rest of them outside?
We are here.
Yeah, spa day. All right, going straight in.
All right. You enter in and you smell this kind of like aroma of incense, and you hear the soft music playing. And at the desk, you see a person sitting there. Welcome to Tranquilia.
Hello.
It's what appears to be a woman. She has like shock white, like kind of blonde hair, and it's super straight. And she's wearing like a white uniform with like a slight off blue kind of tint to some of the accent marks, and then her eyes are clearly android. Welcome to Tranquilia. What can we do for you?
Well, I have my crew here, and I was wondering if we could maybe get a package deal for everyone. We do have one android. You serve androids, right?
Absolutely.
Hello.
We have special treatments for the android folks, I guess.
Oh,
So you can help.
There you go, Pete.
Look, a
Stress
special
out, bud.
android deal package. What
What
does it
does-
entail?
yes, that.
A deep clean of all functionary extremities.
We're gonna get in there.
As long as it's just extremities.
What does that even mean? They're gonna
don't know.
fluids or
And then I gotta like,
rotate his legs.
I
don't
gotta
know.
take your plates and like get
Well-
under there.
All right. Yes, I will submit to a spa treatment.
That's the spirit. Am I allowed to bring beef sticks in here?
Why do you,
Yes.
What is a
We-
beef stick?
Oh, it's a both stick. Sorry,
Both
it's
stick, yeah. So it's got the umlaut.
the umlaut, yeah.
I forgot about that.
I didn't.
Oh, yes.
I don't think food and drink is allowed inside spas.
All right, let me finish it real
They-
quick. Let me finish it real quick. You guys
They
go for.
have
I'll go in last.
complimentary. What is that?
I'll go in
Cucumber
last.
and rose petals water. So I'm gonna get some of that. So
Yeah, you
that
see
should-
a little station of various flavored infused waters and a tea station.
Oh,
It's
tea.
got a set of artisanal loose leaf teas. Would you like the full service today?
What is? Can you tell us
yeah.
what your full service? It's my first time in a spa. I don't actually know what happens. Could you tell us?
This is a automatic spa. And you see you kind of like stop for a second. We
Oh.
offer what starts with a steaming purified water soak before we put you into a full body scrub on our android hosts begin to exfoliate all of your skin. You then
All
have
of
a
it?
deep nutrient steep. After the nutrient steep, it's tea time with artisanal selection of loose leaf teas.
Huh.
Followed
is the
by
tea what we just steeped in?
the eucalyptus sauna. A special sauna experience before the full body
No.
volcanic mud wrap.
Okay.
We then take you, and you take the rinse off. This will lead you to the massage portion of the experience. The new Eden-style massage technique is what we use here. It's used to relax and invigorate the muscular system and improve circulation. And then you have the tea bath shower.
Oh.
Honestly, this sounds like some type of car wash, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
In Peter's head, he just hears scrub, scrub here, scrub, scrub
Can I
there.
just
Whether you're
get-
tin or bronze.
Can I just get a manicure with a hand massage? I work with my hands a lot.
Absolutely.
Do you? And does it end at the massage?
After the massage, you have the shower.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. And does it end at the shower?
Yes, after that, your experience will be over.
Yeah, they blow dry you and
Yeah.
ship you on out.
Right, great.
Does that sound? Is this what spas are like? Is this?
I have no idea.
Not the spas I've been to, but I'm willing to try anything.
Okay.
Normally, they offer more a la carte services. This sounds a bit exhausting. It's quite a lot.
What's it going to take? Like 15 minutes?
How
20
long
minutes?
does? Yeah. What's
No,
the length
probably
of time?
hours.
Hours? We can't hours. We can't do hours.
The volcanic wrap alone is 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
Why do you think I just
What-
want a manicure?
What, are they
Well-
tenderizing us? Like,
Well,
what is it? The
look-
sound?
All
Well-
services can be provided a la carte, if you wish.
The ship will take time to repair as Selena is still working. So we can't go anywhere yet.
We gotta find the other ship still, though.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. But we cannot leave dock until she is done with repairs.
We also paid for those upgrades to the fuel system through that Plank Industries, all right? So we gotta make sure we get our money's worth right there. So, I mean, we do have time to kill, and the foaming undercarriage wash looks pretty interesting.
So they do get all this getting done.
So is it like a group? What's the process like, Miss? What is your name? Sorry.
My name is Glinda.
Glinda. All right. Yeah. Is it? Do we? Is it all of us together? What happens? I need you to break it down.
Typically, you don't share the experience together.
Yeah, that
Most
makes
of the
sense.
time, men and women are separate.
Okay.
I suppose I am also in a third category.
Yeah, I was gonna.
You are an android.
I am aware.
Oh.
Your experience would be entirely different from theirs.
Yes.
You know, if I was Peter, talking to her would be rather uncomfortable to me.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, I mean, they got a bunch in common.
What's uncomfortable?
Well, that's what's uncomfortable.
Wait, what?
Because she's
Having
so-
things in common with people is.
and Peter is so.
So,
No,
let
never
us.
mind. I put my proverbial foot.
Can we just say as we go? Can we just say yes or pass on this one, with each service?
Absolutely.
Look, see, there you go, Ruha.
All right. Well, where do I go to start this process?
You see her kind of wave over an almost identical version of her.
Oh,
Follow
yeah.
Linda.
That's weird. It's
Glinda and Linda. Got it.
And Linda
And I
takes you by the hand and goes, "What is your name?"
My name is Peter.
Come on, Mr. Peter.
Mr.
We'll
Oh,
be sure to treat you right. And she takes you down a separate hallway.
Do you have a way to remotely monitor him to make sure he's okay? Because he seemed very uncomfortable with all of this.
Give him his privacy.
I think he'll be fine. Peter's been around for a while. I'm sure he'll figure it out. And he knows how to get himself out of a bad situation.
I literally don't.
Would you like to begin?
Oh,
Oh,
who are you talking to?
She's talking to.
the-
Sorry, this is
All right.
Glenda
Okay,
talking to all of the humans.
Oh,
Yes.
Step this way, and there's almost a very strange looking. Not strange, but it's only strange because he almost looks kind of like Peter. This man steps out, who's clearly an android.
Awkward.
I'm Roy. Nice to meet you.
He looks like Peter.
He looks very similar to Peter.
That's I can, like elbow.
That I don't like.
I-
Can we get a
awkward.
different? Can we get a different?
I don't.
Sure. Joy. And you see another, almost identical to her, comes out.
okay, that's better, right? We
It's
agree that's
fine.
better
Okay.
at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Android's
Welcome.
android.
Joy comes out, and then she stops, turns back around, and comes out with these folded robes. She goes, "Step in the next room, and we'll get ready for this experience."
Okay.
Do
Sure.
we change
sure.
here, or do we
Yeah.
change in there? Or?
You would
Do
change
I-
in the changing room.
Okay, just
Alright.
Real quick, because I've made this mistake before. Do you want me to go all the way down, or just to my underwear, or underwear and shirt?
do we leave the boots on?
What is this question?
Well, they gave us a robe, so clearly we need to like strip down.
It's
I
to
just
your
didn't know how
comfort
much.
level.
Like,
To your
if you don't
comfort
strip
level.
enough, it's awkward. If you strip too much, it's way too awkward.
Here in
Joy.
Tranquilia, we are all robots. You strip
Uh-huh.
down to the comfort level of your own self.
I'm good.
All clothes stay on. Done.
I will
Okay.
take my shoes off. I need a massage. I need my feet massaged. They are barking.
Right this way, and you
I'm
see
ready.
they they lead you off down the corridor, down this hallway, and the lights are very dimmed here. And they look at Tommy. Would you just like the massage?
Oh, I mean, we can work with like a facial of some sort and like I don't know, hand stuff and feet stuff is fine, but the rest is good. The rest is
Joy, too, come here. And another very similar woman comes out, and she takes you by the hand and goes, right this way.
Your hands are very cold.
And indeed they are. Cold and lifeless, as she leads you to a small room where you see a few other guys that are in there, and they're just kind of like getting their faces like kind of worked, and then like there's like these two robots they're just kind of doing the massage and keeping very mindful of what they're doing. And then there's another man who's getting his hands like kind of intensely invigoratively like just massaged thoroughly, and then they're just sitting there kind of talking, and they say, sit down here, sir. And while this happens to you, Glenda leads the rest of y'all down the hall. Would you like to begin the soak?
But we're separated, right? I assume.
You will go this way, and she leads you to. She points to the right, and then she looks over at Buckford. You this way,
Thank you.
unless you would like to share the experience.
I would.
That's above my pay grade. I'll go this way.
I think not. Yeah, Ruha, you're coming with me, right?
Yeah. I'll come with you.
Okay.
All right.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, of course, of course.
The two of you go down to the right. Buckford goes to the left, and meanwhile, Peter is set down by Linda. This will only take a moment, and she just grabs this little cord and goes over towards your socket near the side of your head and
Oh,
clicks you in, and
What?
you stop moving. Your motor functions cease. Can you hear me? We're going to begin the process now. And then she kind of taps a couple of spots on the side of your head, and then like the faceplate comes off, and she begins to move it over, and then two other people come in, and they just start taking the plates and start just like putting them in this bath and start scrubbing through the back of the plates and just intensely just like soaking them in these special solutions that remove some of the grime and dirt, and you sit there frozen and you don't move at all. But you can see what's happening to you, and you see them walk over every now and then, take another plate off, and they go and soak it in this little solution. And then one of them has like a little Q-tip, and he sits there and like scrubs into little individual parts, and they methodically begin to like just scrub each individual plate and part of your skin, where you're the synthetic flesh, And then finally, one of them looks over to you and comes over to your optical sensor, and then has this little device, and it reaches towards your optical sensor, and it just deactivates. And then the other one can deactivate, and then they assumedly are doing something to them.
I'm just in darkness.
And you're in darkness now, but you can
Not
feel and
relaxing.
hear movement going along in the sides. You hear like the scrubbing and the moving and the hustle and bustle. Then finally your eyes come back to you, and they're putting the plates back onto you. We're almost done now. And then they deactivate the side panel. You can have your motor sensors back. It's faster this way.
I see.
Now we're going to wash your hair. Lean back. They lean you back, and as you lean back to get your hair washed, Kiko and Ruha are led into a room of little tubs. They're all steaming tubs of like water with some kind of herbs in them, and it just steams everywhere. And you see other people kind of just holding their heads out, and they're kind of just leaning back in the tubs, and they all look kind of like almost wooden in the finish. So these like wooden, almost like barrel-like, but they're clearly not barrels. They're like artisanal-looking little soaking experiences. This way, you can have these two adjacent to each other, so you can communicate.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is anyone else like talking, or is it pretty quiet in here?
You hear talking. You hear some
Okay.
people just kind of like talking about the day, and as you see the robots just kind of put their hands out.
I put
Rope,
my
please.
hands on theirs. Oh. What?
The robe. You need to soak in the tub. Do you wish to remain robed while you're in the tub?
I'll I try to like remove just my arms, and then I like just sink into the robe like over the bath, and like try to just remove it in like one fell swoop as I enter the bath. Presumably not clear water.
It's got like some kind of herbs or something in it. It's cloudy looking.
Yeah, I do that, and then I give the robes. Here you go.
She takes the robes and she turns to Ruha. Please.
I just throw mine at her, and I'm wearing
Okay.
like tank top and booty shorts.
Oh,
Sure.
Good call.
As
there.
you climb into the tubs, Buckford is led to a similar experience with all male clientele. Right this way, sir.
All right. Is that lemon verbena? Oh, that is wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Start getting robed off as soon as which tub is, where do I go?
You just right this way. There's one right next to you as you
Ooh,
walk in.
It's warm and bubbly. Dip myself into it.
It's almost to that like it's that heat level where you gotta like kind of like slowly lower yourself into it. You know, it's
Yeah.
just like it's just on the edge of being like uncomfortable. Almost.
Yeah.
But you kind of ease into it and you can feel it like, okay, this is feeling okay now.
Yeah.
And there's a strong aroma from these herbal soaks, and you overhear what you assume is some kind of the talk is it's like the talk of military officers or something, and the tub right over next to you. Like, yeah, we had to get them handled the other day, but you know, nothing gets by us whenever those situations come up. We had the same thing happen about the other week in Sector 5. Sector 5? I didn't think things happened there like that. Well, it's pretty ship-shape, you know, but every now and then it gets a little wild down there. Really.
I'm gonna eavesdrop casually, but I feel like the roiling bubble, like I keep dipping into the conversation, and then I just kind of melt a little bit. I try to focus, and then I melt a little bit and focus.
you hear communication about some kind of department or sector that had some issues recently. In the past week, there was some kind of disturbance and something about synthesizing some kind of cells. You couldn't really put your finger on it. And while you take all these notes, Tommy, your hand's getting massaged vigorously. And
feels good.
they put some more hot oil in their hands, and they kind of just are sitting there working their way in between the bones and the tendons.
Question.
Yes.
Don't know if you noticed. My right pinky is a tad bit elongated, misshapen. It's fine. It doesn't hurt. Is there anything, in your professional opinion, that you can do and or notice about it?
You see him go through, and he starts popping all the knuckles in each finger, like, and he gets the last one, the pinky, and it kind of like just feels like it feels good, and it kind of like, but it kind of feels like it's getting more elongated as he pulls.
All right. No,
then,
thank you. I appreciate you trying. That's the longest finger on my hand now.
It is quite long.
I just said you don't have to.
Would you like me to notify medical attention?
Yes.
We have medical services here. They can look after that.
Also a robot?
Yes.
Android. Okay. Yes, absolutely.
Right. And you see him kind of stop, and then all of a sudden, like, he closes his eyes, his eye colors change. Let me take a look at that.
Oh, all right, that's weird.
And he takes a look at the hand. Well, something's happened, for sure.
I mean, yes.
The ligaments seem to be permanently changed.
Permanently? Is there? I mean, can
They
we
don't
like?
appear to be swollen?
Can you like? I don't know. Open it up and cut them with some sort of laser real quick and make them shorter, and then put it back to normal.
Surgery?
Is that a thing you can do? Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I'm not a.
We
not
don't
that
perform
type.
surgery at this Tranquilia, sir.
Okay. Do you want to change into another robot that will do that, or?
We cannot perform surgery on these premises, sir.
Okay. All right. But can you help me out?
We'll see what we can do. And you see him like he grabs this like little soaking like container, and he goes, "Put it in here for a while."
All right. The whole hand? Just the pinky?
Yes, the whole hand.
Okay.
Did you soak your hand? Peter, you're back in the lobby.
Okay,
And
good.
you see them. Your hair is clean now. Would you like anything else?
No, I'm fine. That was informative.
We're glad you liked it.
How, are the others doing?
Would you like to visit them?
Oh, no. That seems counterproductive to the whole process.
As you talk to them, you notice 3 black band guards coming in, and they walk straight down the hall without a question. Just walk straight in and go down the hall.
I turn back to, what was her name?
Linda.
Glinda?
No, this is Linda.
Linda, where are they going?
I'm sorry, whatever do you mean?
The black bands that just walked in.
The black bands provide protection all over this base.
Yes, I have heard. Well, all right, thank you. And, you know what? I think I will visit them.
Absolutely. Right this way. And she starts leading you down the hall. And you can see the black bands up ahead of you, and they instead of going right, instead of going left, they come straight to the T joint section right there, and then like the wall begins to open. And then this revealed kind of a door and a hatchway, and they enter some key card code in, and they just go through. And after they do that, the wall closes.
Interesting.
Kiko, you are soaking in a tub, and it feels pretty good.
This is nice, right?
Oh, you know what? Just to make sure we say this now, everyone roll a d10. The number you rolled is the amount of stress you remove.
Oh.
Thank you.
I'm at 0.
Well, you're good.
And you said it wouldn't help, Peter.
Well, I was at 1. Now I'm at 0. So
That's an exponential.
I'm at 3 now instead of 11. Yeah.
Jesus.
Fantastic. I just see.
The invigoration washes over you, and you feel completely relaxed.
What's in this tea? Ooh.
Lovely. All right, next. Is it how do we go to the next one?
Yes.
Ruha.
And you see Glenda comes by. Yes, what is it? Oh, you'd like to continue?
Yeah. I think
Right
I've
this
smoked
way.
it. I don't want to get pruny.
Absolutely. And so they lead you out, and they give you a new robe,
Thank you.
cover in, and they lead you to another room. Lay down here, and we'll begin the full body scrub.
Okay, I'll lay it down.
As you lay down, you hear the sound of a door opening, and you hear like boots walking out. Like, Peter, you see the black bands leaving this area they just were in, and you see them carrying some large, like, kind of equipment on the way out. And they pay you no attention. They can tell you're an android. They just don't seem to care about any androids. They go straight out of the place.
do I recognize what potentially could be in the cases?
It looks like some kind of energy cells. It's the kind of stuff you'd use on a ship.
Interesting. All right. I keep following them.
So, where would you like to go? Would you like to meet your friend Buckford Sanchez? Or Tommy McDowan? Perhaps Kiko Larson?
Yes, that would be my choice, but I don't want to intrude on what they are doing. I would really like to not go in if they are undressed.
They're receiving a body scrub now, so they
Then
will
I
be
will
undressed.
not go in. You know what? Cancel this whole thing. I'm going back to the waiting room.
Sure. As you walk over to the waiting room, you notice more black band guards are coming in. These are different ones. And they walk in and they go straight back to the same kind of door you see. And as you see it open up, you kind of see what appears to be like people walking around back there, like people in like suits and coats, and other guards. Kind of you see them bustling about back there, and then the door closes.
Interesting. Has she turned around to head back?
Yeah, she's already kind of left, and she leads you to this area near the waiting room, and you notice there's like the waiting room, and as you walk by, there was this like dressing room area, and the one thing you noticed was in each of the little dressing room areas, the people's gear, like Kiko's clothing, are there in a little pile, and then Buckford's clothing is there in a little pile, and they're just out in the open. They're just out, like, just left unattended, and you know that this is all android-run shop, so like the only people here are other androids. There's no worry about people messing with anything.
Yeah.
But you notice in quite a number of like black band uniforms. Almost every other uniform in there is a black band uniform.
Oh. Right. And Peter's significantly more worried than he was a moment ago.
As you ponder this, Ruha, you're getting a pretty relaxing scrub across your arms and your back. It's some kind of salt or sugar. And what you realize is it's not even that. These androids have special synthetic skin on their hands, and it's like abrasive. It's just ever so gently abrasive, and they're using that to scrub your body.
Please, not the back. I made that pretty clear.
Sorry.
Yeah, quite all right.
Are we in the same room, like with a curtain or something?
Yeah,
Or,
there's like
is
a
it,
curtain between y'all, and there's like it's like another dimmed light. You hear like kind of running water from these little fountains off to the side with bamboo coming off of them, and you hear talk too this time, and you hear them saying, "Well, I don't want to brag, but I think we found the link."
You see me shoot up, like not completely, like they're probably still scrubbing my legs, but you see me like sit up, like.
Yeah. You hear this voice, and she's speaking, and she says, "I think we found the link, and we've been searching for so long. I decided to treat myself to this day today, and I'm glad you can join me." "Yeah, no problem. Of course." And you told me you're coming to Tranquilia. I was like, "Oh, it's been too long." Yeah. So, how'd you figure it out? Well, we had to just simple science. We just reverse engineered what we found in there, and we think we got the cells down. And tomorrow afternoon, we're gonna fire it up. Really? Is that open invite? Yeah. Absolutely. Everyone's welcome. It should be an exciting news, And I can't believe we found this thing so close to our place.
I'm gonna open up the curtain to where I think Ruha is, just to like make eye contact. Like,
You see me sitting straight up, like swatting the androids off me. Look off me.
They're like kind of like taken aback, like, "Whoa."
I'm going to like kind of wrap a towel around myself and kind of walk over a little bit and be like, "Susan, is that you?" And just kind of walk in to see if I can get a look at the lady's face who is talking.
Yeah. You walk over, and these two women stop and look at you, and
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard a voice as I was coming in for my scrub, and I could have sworn it was Susan. I apologize.
no.
I'm so sorry. How awkward. You know what? Your service is on me. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's not necessary. But thank you.
Am I able to commit her memory to face in this like small?
So
10-second window?
she has a black curly hair, and she's a rather petite woman, and she's quite surprised when you walked in, but she kind of calms down when she realizes it's a misunderstanding.
follow right behind Ruha and like bump in, like, "Did you find Susan?"
No, it's not Susan. I'm so,
Oh, another
so
one.
embarrassing.
Oh,
So embarrassing. It's not. I know it sounded just like her when we were walking in from the baths. Wasn't it?
Yeah. Awkward. All right, now back away. I assume Backblaze will back this up so that we have it for later.
Good call.
You have memory implants that will help you recall the faces you've seen.
Definitely not suspicious.
Is that how you look at it?
You got to blink to screen capture.
Face flame. Come on.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
As you perform these actions, and as you perform these actions and capture all these memories, Buckford, you are several steps ahead of them now, and you are like completely wrapped up in this like synthetic wrap, and there's like volcanic mud all over your body and face, and you're basically under this small baking lamp, and you're like drying out.
Form a torture.
You a pie?
Everybody always accuses Buck of being baked all the time, but now literally.
The clay. This is like a full body clay mask that's just like tightening over your flesh. It feels interesting, and
That's one word for it. Yeah.
and you hear the people next to you getting up, and they're like, "Well, I'm not doing that again." And then the two other guys in the same room getting the same treatment. Did you hear the news? Yeah, tomorrow's a big day, right? Certainly is. they got that shit locked, and it's going to be great. So we're going to be celebrating over at the local. You should come down and drinks on the house.
Susan, did somebody say drinks?
The clay mask crumbles as you speak around your face. It kind of cracks, and they see you guys stop and look at you.
I'm sorry to intrude, fellas. Here on a routine trip. Did you say drinks? Because I've been looking for a good drink. It has been some time since I've had one. Don't mean to be rude. Help a fella out?
What's your call sign, soldier?
Call sign?
Are you not a soldier here?
No, routine mechanic. I do mechanical things. They don't trust me enough with call signs and that such. I'm a whiz with engines. And I make a pretty good drink, and I've been looking for new recipes, and I didn't mean to barge, didn't mean to be rude, sir. Just making conversation.
Right. Okay. Do me an intellect check real quick.
All right. 28 under 33. I have succeeded my intellect check.
They look suspicious of you, and they take in your excuse for a little bit, and then they kind of just like, right. It was nice meeting you. And then they kind of exit the room. And the other guy stops and comes back and goes, it's called the local.
The local. Hey, thank you, champ. My name's Buckford. What's your name? And I can't see because there's like cracked mud in my eye, but the local.
Darren.
Darren, thank you, Darren, so much. Oh, I look forward to. Do you have a favorite drink in these parts? Is there something all the locals like to partake in?
Well, we just drink our whiskey straight here.
I respect that, Darren.
Yeah, it's Darren.
Thank you, Darren, so much. I look forward to partaking in the whiskeys. And sorry to intrude. Didn't mean to bother you.
Right, and then they kind of just leave. You hear with the sound of a large door opening, and as you peer down the hallway, you see that they didn't leave out to the dressing room. They left out through this massive door that kind of opened up and from the wall. It appears like.
Is there still an android in here?
There's one at the door, kind of just standing at attendance, just kind of there, ready to, Are you done, sir?
Yeah, I think I'm about ready. Real quick, what's behind door number 2? What's that?
Whatever do you mean, sir?
The fellas that were in here, they didn't go out through the door I assumed I was gonna go through. What's that?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Must have mud still in my eye. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's keep going. I'm good. Do you guys do toe stuff? There's I don't know if it's a callus or a spur or what, but I could use a robot to take a look at it.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah, let's keep going to the next part of the spa.
So as they lead you, Kiko and Ruha, you cross paths with Buckford, and then Tommy. All of y'all kind of meet in the middle all of a sudden as you're kind of being whisked away to different areas. And at this point, you see several black band guards kind of coming down your way, and they're kind of trying to lead you on your way. But just as you see the black band guards, they stop and look at y'all, and then you see them kind of look at each other, and then one of them just kind of points, and then they go over to the wall behind you, and then the wall just opens. It's just right in front of you, and you see them just kind of walk in, and then they just close behind them. And then that's just kind of happening as you pass by, and they lead you off to separate areas again.
What is Nice. Why are there so many black bands about?
There is
you
a
think?
lot going on. Also, Buckfudge, you're positively glowing.
Thank you so much.
The
Oh,
course is amazing.
Yeah, and the tea is like delectable. Oh my, Tommy, you must be able to like extra drink it well, right?
I'm trying to take care of it right now. Do you mind?
Oh my God, it's gotten
What did I
longer.
say?
It's gotten longer.
Oh, it is.
Look
Yeah.
at it. Look at it. How it can basically wrap around the teacup now completely.
but imagine how regal it is when he drinks with that pinky up, though.
Absolutely. No one's fancier than you now.
People probably salute. They think it's the flag going by.
Yeah.
Get it out now. Get it all out now. Got anybody else got another one? Got another one? No?
Peter, you hear all this commotion down the hall.
Peter just looks down the hall and goes, "Oh, Kiko,
Hi.
hi."
Peter,
Yeah,
come over here.
yeah, come with us.
And I walk down the hallway.
Peter looks very clean, noticeably clean. His eyes look clean.
Oh, they did a good job.
Are those
Yes.
your eyes?
Yes, it was a little unsettling. They took me apart and took out my eyes. It was a whole process that I was not prepared for, and they paralyzed me. It was very strange.
Oh.
You know, I always thought you were a dirty blonde, but now I'm
Yeah.
seeing you're actually closer to platinum.
He was just dirty before.
It took me
Yeah.
a real long time to write "wash me" on his back, but I guess we'll save up for that.
Yes,
Completely
There's a
different.
lot
Did
of
they
black
dye it or did they
bands
just
here.
wash it?
Yeah, we did notice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
there are a lot of black bands. It's correct.
yes.
This is definitely a cover for something,
no.
right?
Listen, and I point at the T intersection. That
No.
wall over there opens up, and
They
they,
just-
come out and in from there.
We
And
just
they're
saw-
carrying some sort of cases of looks like energy storage or something out of there. They keep coming back and forth. I've been watching them.
Okay, so the piece of information that me and Kiko got is that they found that energy aboard something that they came upon happen chance and they reverse engineered it. Odds are it's the ship that our little friends came on.
That's what I was thinking.
But I have a sort of mission for you, Peter. Since you're done with your services, and maybe you might be able to blend in as one of the people working here.
What is it? What can I do?
Me and Kiko describe one of these black bands. Can you see if you can find her stuff using like an ID, like trying to identify it by her ID tag or something?
Yes, I can do that. I found where their stuff is kept.
Okay, Kiko, give him your implant. Just
Oh,
have him.
I mean, don't
airdrop
give me your
it.
implant.
I like pull extendable.
A USB-C.
Yes, from out of
cable.
Peter's neck.
That's how we play music through Peter.
Peter, this is the second time someone's pulled something like out of you, and this cord comes out that you're quite aware is there, but it's typically yours to pull.
I can do it. And I just
sorry.
and I
Plug
hand
it in.
it to you.
I'm sorry, are we on some sort of mission here now? I thought we were supposed to be relaxing.
And
Oh,
Peter,
wait.
you get this instant image of this surprised-looking woman sitting down, like
Oh,
looking like it's like a freeze frame.
yes. Okay, I have a vague
Yeah.
idea of what she looks like.
Also, some weird like views of scrubbing happening, like from like people like all over and weird sensations. And then I think you got it right.
Yes, I got a lot. And I just go about your. I'll find what I can.
Did you just see Kiko's whole camera roll?
Yeah.
Oh no! Sometimes. I
Oh,
can
oh
do
no,
that.
oh.
Never swipe. Never swipe.
Yeah, what kind of a monster swipes when you hand them your phone to show them a picture?
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you get that info. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. All right. As we go back to spotting, since presumably it seems like we're surrounded by black bands, is there anyone that I think that I could maybe potentially pass off as?
Yeah. You've seen a couple people here that are about your height and your build. And if you tried hard, you could probably pass off as one of them. If you tucked your hair back under a cap, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll try to find a generic, like, 20-something white woman and then just, like, make sure that I settle next in the bunk or whatever. What's the next treatment?
I would have thought they stopped making that model at this point in the future.
The next treatment is the nutrient steep.
Oh. How does that work?
They've informed you that the nutrient steep is like a special synthetic bath of like pure vitamins and minerals that are going to be kind of like infusing through your skin as you soak in this like tank.
I mean, it feels nice, but it doesn't do anything for it. Anyways,
A tank? Like, so we each have separate tanks? Or is it
Yeah,
like a
it'll
big,
be like
huge tank?
No, it'd be separate tanks, separate like pods almost.
I'm out.
Are they all, like, in view of each other, or are they sectioned off?
They're sectioned off because you're basically going to be like Weapon Xing it in the tank.
Okay.
Just floating, free floating.
Like back to tank.
Yeah, like a back to tank.
Cap,
Yeah.
if you're gonna try to pass yourself off as somebody, I think you need something called a call sign. I think I heard a couple of the black bands talking. I didn't know what that was, but I think you
Okay.
should use
Yep.
it. And
Yeah, yeah.
something's going on tomorrow at a bar, at the local, right?
Okay.
Why does everyone have? What is with it? Is there anything I can do? I feel like I'm just standing here with my hand in a jar and I've done nothing.
why is your hand in a jar?
I asked them to fix my finger. Don't say anything. And they said they couldn't do surgery, but then he said he could do this, so they handed me this, whatever
Wait a
this
minute.
is.
I'm gonna poke his hand. Is it numb?
Is his hand numb? No, you feel their poke.
Is it making the rest of his hand larger to match the pinky?
No, I don't think.
It appears to be that his fingers are getting very moist, but otherwise, you're not sure what it's doing to you.
I'm pretty sure this is just hyaluronic acid.
Come again?
It's just a molecule that holds up to 6 times its weight in water. Very soft skin. Pretty sure that's it.
So like gel beads?
Yeah, lotion.
I'm going to I'm going to send the image of whoever I see, if I can, to Peter.
Okay, so you're moving on to the next stage of this, and
Yeah.
you've spotted someone who can
Just
peer.
relax. Tommy, relax.
They lead you all into these separate. So this is a room where there's like separate tanks and separate kind of dividing walls. It's almost like little like cubby stations. So this is it's like a unisex room, but each pod is in its own little section. So Tommy's like one over if he followed you. Buckford's one over and Ruha's one over, and these tanks are like they're like these like almost like cryo tubes, and people are kind of just like floating with their heads above the liquid, and it's almost like viscous. It's like thick looking. And you notice one person that looks quite like she could be your build, your frame, and she's just in one of the tanks, but her eyes are closed. It's like little vegetables on top, just kind of relaxing.
Ruha, do you have any cigarettes like with your stuff?
Wait, what? Cigarettes?
Shh, Tommy. Shh.
Sorry.
Try to be subtle.
Oh, I think I know where you're going. I don't think cigarettes would do that. It would actually have the opposite effect. But
You don't think enough would knock her out?
no. Ask Tommy about that. That's quite the opposite of knocking you out.
Sometimes, yeah.
All right.
I do have a full medical kit though. I'm wondering if I would have brought it with me.
It would be back in your with all your belongings.
Yeah. I would have to go back to the
It's on the premises. though.
I still have all my stuff because I'm in my clothes still. I got
Let
a
me go
trank
check my
gun, I
bag.
think. Hold on. Let me
No way they let you in with everything.
I have a trank pistol. Well, I got all these pockets. Hold on. Try to keep the lollipops.
Tommy, like, sneaks out. Like, you see the handle of a gun.
Do you always carry that?
Yes. Yes, I carry a lot of things on my person.
There's none of the androids are around you right now as he pulls it out, but there's one at the door, kind of just like standing still, just waiting.
I'm gonna try and knock out. Would I, with my training, have any sort of like, like I know how to knock someone out in a way that makes them look like they're asleep, soundless.
Yeah, with your combat training, you know how to use certain sleeper holds that would completely knock someone out.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go into her section.
So are you not going with the gun plan?
Wait, okay, I'll back out. Hold on, what? You have a gun?
It's
I
a
don't
trank gun.
think I should kill her. Oh, a trank.
Trank gun.
Okay, yeah.
Guns still make noise though.
I can.
Yeah, but
do
like-
they?
I'll cough when she fires.
Well, you won't. But don't come with me. I'll cough.
Oh, over
when
here.
I fire.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
go
to
look
distract
for
the
the
android.
stuff.
You go look
Yeah,
for
I
stuff.
take
I'll
the
distract
gun,
android at the door.
stick it under my bathrobe, and I try to quietly make my way into the tank area that has this woman that looks like I could pass off as.
You see her sleeping, and you get pretty close. She's in the
Sleeping?
tank. Yeah.
Oh, this is perfect. All right. Going to take the trank gun. Is this like a strong trank gun? If I hold it straight against, do I have any worry
Dart's gonna shoot straight through her neck.
Don't do that.
about like how much damage it might do?
It'll do a little bit of damage, but it's not gonna kill her.
If I hold it straight to her.
Yeah, you know that it
Okay.
would probably do more damage than if you fired it from afar, like more bruising.
Yeah, but I don't want there to be the delay of like, what the, So So I'll walk up to the tank.
I mean,
I
that's how they work, though.
assume, like if you're standing, it's
Exclamation point.
It's not like a tank that you're submerged in, right? Her head is sticking out.
Her head's sticking out.
Okay, so
She's drowning.
I want to. This is the plan. I want to go up, use like the sleeve of my robe to like wrap around a mouth
Sure.
and trank, and I'll go achoo
Right.
at the same time.
Air qualities. Lacking.
You sneak up slowly behind her. Your sleeve goes on just for a brief moment. You feel her like wake up in a freaked out moment, and then it's just you pull the trigger and you see her like you feel her body like start sinking into the tub.
It's the worst.
Oh, into the tub? No. I will hold it above the tub.
Yeah.
Like I'm still holding.
Shush
My
her,
bad.
that's how you
I'm not about
knock
to
it
drown
out.
this.
You're holding her
woman.
by the head.
Yeah. Where's water? You could probably hold her fine by the head. Anyway.
It's pretty viscous.
Okay, I'm
more
holding. I
viscous
will.
than
I will
mine.
grab the shoulders, and then what I'll do is I put the gun away. I take out the trank dart,
Yeah.
and I slink her arms over the edge.
Yeah. Her arms go over the edge, and her head's just kind of like.
I think I have some sunglasses in here.
All right. Great. Well, was she fully undressed? Is there any clothing
Yes.
articles nearby? No. Okay.
There's nothing nearby.
All right. Well, I'll just walk out then. And
As you walk out, we will come right back to that after this break. Thank you for joining, and let's. We've got a giveaway today,
Mhm.
and
Ooh.
it's the copy of A Pound of Flesh in Hideo's World.
Yeah.
So look for. There's a keyword we have.
Yeah, there will be a keyword in chat. A pound of flesh is a module with. You've used that one too, right? Isn't
Yeah,
that where
Pound
there's a
of
lot of
Flesh is-
cybermod stuff? And
Pound of Flesh has a bunch of like locations and rolling tables, stat tables. It's basically how to build your own space station out. So it's like it would help you in an environment like we're currently playing in right now. And it's got all kinds of like upgrade and cyber mods and like slickware.
Mhm.
So it's very much used in season 1 and in season 2, and it's a really cool book. So.
Yeah. And Hideo's World is a one shot that you can run for people.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Thank you for joining. Welcome back. Welcome back to Eclipse. And where we last left off, Kiko had just tranquilized a poor innocent goer of the spa, and
I think innocent's
So
assuming
put
a
the
lot.
tranquilizer in Tranquilia.
Yes.
Oh.
hey,
Hey.
the
Yeah.
Kiko, you just propped up this body, and she's just kind of like on the edge of the tank now. Ruha, you're speaking to the attendant?
Yeah, because I don't want him to notice. Because everyone else is like, I'm assuming, like in their pod. I just want to make sure
Yeah.
that he's otherwise occupied.
Sure. Oops.
I was like, what is that?
I was like, where?
Messages from beyond.
Do I feel like she's gonna stay upright, or is she gonna like slip in if I walk away?
She's definitely gonna
Give me an intellect check.
Boy.
This is just as you like judging it, kind of like eyeballing it, and just like seeing what job you've done.
11. Yeah, I passed.
You feel like she's not gonna fall in. You know, she's kind of just, you know,
Okay.
her arms will probably be asleep by the time she wakes up.
Yeah, that's fine. Do I know about how long a tranquilizer like that would last?
Yeah, typically like about an hour or so.
Okay. I don't really know what I was going to do. Okay, I will slip back out.
I don't really know why I did this.
I'll slip back out and I'll say to Ruha, I'll meet back up with Ruha. I don't know if I want to do the other treatments. Maybe we can get like washed off before we leave. But maybe we can start getting our clothes back and heading back, perhaps.
Sounds good.
Hmm.
I was
So-
just chatting to this lovely synthetic gentleman about the contents of some of those oils they used back there, because I think I'm having a reaction.
Oh no. Oh
He
no.
did
Ooh.
assure me that it's hypoallergenic, but you know, you can never be sure. So
Are you sure it's the oils, not like you know?
honestly, it could be anything. They've got all manner of flora and fauna in here, so you know,
Mm.
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Well, could we go to the rinse portion?
Yes, right this way.
All right.
It leads you to some showers.
I will collect our things.
I'm just gonna wash off my hands and feet real quick.
Yeah, but I send the image over to Peter because I need her ID and uniform.
Hmm.
So am I still looking for the other woman's ID and uniform, or just this one you tranked?
Well,
I'm gonna go wait in the hall.
you sent him a picture of the other woman, the one from before, in the and you just tranked a different person.
Yeah, I want to send him the picture of
Here.
current.
Got it. So you sent over that.
Do
The,
we
Why I
have
don't
to
have-
plug
why-
in? I figured I could probably. Can I not send things to Peter?
I feel like there's wireless.
Might
have a
not be
Bluetooth.
similar connection.
I mean, we have
Public Wi-Fi.
email, so
A wireless connection to Peter.
you have a wireless connection to Peter.
My
Bit
Android I grew up with.
codependent.
I would say, with your new upgrade,
I can contact him at any moment,
you
anytime.
can contact him. You can contact him.
But I can't send him. Okay,
You need to get in. You get in
Peter,
proximity
we're
to
about to
switch
go. we're about to go rinse off. So you meet us in the hall real quick. I need another uniform, and I need you to meet us with our clothes afterwards.
Do you still need the other one?
Ruha, did you want the other uniform?
Well, she said
Do
that
I need to
was
take? Do I
invite
need to
only,
take her out?
that the test was invite only, so I thought maybe she would have an invitation.
Oh, invitation. That's
Yeah, she said that it was invite only for the demonstration.
Okay,
We need to
so-
go for the demonstration, I think.
All right.
Maybe. So that's what I was looking for.
Peter. I need this woman's ID and uniform, and then
Okay.
grab as many invitations as you can find out of the other uniforms.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say they'll probably not be physical invitations, but I will look just in case.
Yeah. All right. So if there's a device, hopefully, my lady will have some stuff we can hack.
Oh, yes, I'll just rummage.
Okay.
Peter, you make your way down to the locker rooms, and they're not so much locker rooms as they are just like open air units with people's belongings, and you see no one in attendance.
Open air humane lockers. I go in and I look. So I start looking through the black band uniforms to find identification cards or something like that.
You find a few. There's all kinds of uniforms here. It takes you a while, but you find the uniform of the individual that Kiko has identified.
Great. I take the uniform and boots and things, and I start looking for the other person's stuff that Dr. Ruha told me about. And then I start looking on the off chance there's a paper invitation. I start looking for it. And then I start looking for any other things of note that could possibly help whatever it is we're doing.
You don't find paper invitation, but you find access cards and the various badges needed for the uniforms.
That's better. I just take everything and I
As you walk out the hall, you run into.
I take
Roy.
that and I take Ruha and Kiko's actual clothes and put them on top.
Okay, so you run into Roy right as you exit. He looks almost identical to you.
Oh,
Hello.
you. Ooh.
Oh,
Hello.
did you need something? I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay,
Thank you.
great.
I'll just go around you.
He's tried to sidestep you, but you run into each other.
Oh,
Sorry.
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 Look, you go left, I'll go right.
Absolutely. And he does what you say.
Okay. I go around.
Your
Trying-
left is its right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
You bypass this encounter and you find Kiko.
This encounter.
Somehow after hours.
While I was standing in the hallway, was there any way I could see anybody trying to log in, scan in?
You haven't seen anyone come by so far, but you see some guards coming back and forth, and a few of the black bands from inside seem to be leaving. So they're kind of going and getting dressed and getting geared back up, and they're heading out. But that's all you notice.
Is it like a long delay in the door closing behind them?
It's pretty long, considering.
Okay.
Are we wearing robes since we were kind of in betwixt treatments?
Yeah, so the two of you are wearing robes still.
Okay.
Where Tommy's not. Tommy didn't take off his uniform.
What's the play, boss? Well,
Oh, are you with me? Are there cameras in the hallway?
You don't see any cameras.
There's a bunch of black band shit going down here. Hey Peter, is there an admin room that you can locate?
I saw one door that they're all going through. That's all I saw.
Somewhere with the computers, accessing like security system type stuff.
I can attempt to find it.
Yeah, we'll just meet you. I'm gonna need you to distract someone while I look into that.
Who am I distracting?
Whoever they have there, I assume.
Where?
This terminal. I need to access the
Do
security
you know
terminal.
where the terminal is?
No, I've been getting spa treatments.
Well, how do we know there's anyone there?
How do we know there is a security terminal? I think we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. It seems that the door naturally opens when they approach. So as long as you have the right, items on you, it should just... Ding-ding-ding.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna wipe any trace of us being here, but
I think it's a bit too late for that. Let's
all right.
just do the
Okay,
mission.
let's
Get off this rock.
yeah, let's just. Why don't we?
This dark
head.
yes, actually.
Where are you? I have your things.
Okay, we'll meet you at the front.
You don't have your clothes.
No, at the front of the spa, not outside.
you meet each other in the front. Kiko exasperated a little bit with her robe, but Tommy is there with all the gear. No, sorry. Peter is there with all the gear.
Yes, I know it's confusing. I have all of the things you asked me to get for you.
Yes,
and I hand you and I hand Dr. Ruha
Thank
her
you.
pile. And I go, I am going to go and wait in the lobby. And I just
Pete, my clothes, Pete.
You can get your own. And I turn around and I go get his clothes.
At the next opportunity of the doors opening, I'm just going to step inside. After the guys leave, I'm just going to step inside.
As you wait to step inside, you see through the spa doors a strangely disturbing amalgamation of what appears to be like some kind of, you almost want to say it's like a trench coat, and it's like a person with no head just kind of like walking in to the spa.
Oh, into the spa. Okay.
Yeah. They're walking in, and they kind of like,
that was a joke. They're not doing it, are they?
and you see them walking in.
Oh my god.
And
I heard at the front. What are they doing here?
and then you see the alien pops his head out from the coat.
Why would they do this?
I can't understand them unless Talatar is here.
I'm here. And you see them down to the feet. It comes out like the dog. They told me we should come by.
They told you? You're an interdimensional being and you're listening to these guys?
They said they found their ship.
Oh.
Did they not know where it was? I thought it was just Cloak.
They said that their ship was hidden, but now they've been pinging signals of their ship from here.
It's
at
here.
Tranquilia.
Oh, that.
I thought it was serendipitous.
Yes, I think I've worked it out now.
I'm going to put on a cap and come out in the uniform, but I will have deactivated the mod that the Lumitat that I had of the snake tattoo. Make sure that that's gone.
In now speaking to them with the help of Taladar, would I be able to replicate the speech pattern on my own?
You can
With my
attempt with an
linguistics.
intelligence. Oh yeah, with an intelligence check and a linguistic. Yeah. Add your linguistics to this roll. Tell me if you succeed or.
I succeed. It was a 30 under a 60.
Right. So, you feel you can successfully communicate with them without the need of Taladar.
Okay. I just turn to them and go, look, it is very possible that the black bands here on this station have your ship behind these doors over here, and we're trying to work out a way to get in there to find it. So we just need a moment.
Does it sound like the alien?
Yeah, Kiko, you come out and see this strange headless man talking to Tommy and Peter. Peter's speaking in tongues.
I guess
And-
my question is, why didn't Taladar just make himself look like a man and he's the head? What?
Taladar goes, you know what? I hadn't thought about that before.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on. And then
Do I gain a stress from this?
you see, yeah, you do actually. You gain a point of stress just from this situation.
This is...
And Taladar thinks for a moment, and he disappears. And this amalgamation of things, suddenly becomes like a normal man.
Ah, much better.
I gotta look
First
at my.
What's a black band?
Oh, they are the.
Why do they have our ship?
They're the law enforcement of this station. I don't know. It seems they may have found your ship and are reverse engineering some things from it. So it is important that we get it.
Okay.
As you speak, Glinda comes out around the corner.
Hello.
Hello.
Can I look at my ID so I can see what my name is?
Linda?
Yes.
Linda?
You look at your ID. It says Kayla Winters.
Kayla Winters. I'm gonna use my. Oh fuck! I've got no idea what she sounds like. Do most of the people on this starport appear to have more? What kind of accents do most of the people here have?
Most of the people would have, I guess you'd say, a standard American accent.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my
1920s.
military
Hello.
training and subterfuge training to try and do a standard American accent. What's my name again?
Your name is Kayla Winters. It's going to take Kiko Larson at first.
I either can
All
do
right.
the accent or remember my name. Not both.
Not both.
Too
Okay.
relaxed. Too relaxed.
You said someone came out and like,
This is Glinda.
Glenda, where have my compatriots gone?
I'm
This
sorry.
is Kayla Winters.
Kayla Winters. Right. Do an intellect check. This is kind of doubling as a deception check for us.
Okay.
Do I gain a stress?
Yeah, I got a 14 under 64 with all the skills in it.
Tommy, your stress is building, but everything calms down as you see Glinda go, Kayla Winters, yes. Your compatriots are location unknown. Sorry, location unknown. I can't seem to access that.
That's fine. I'll just make my way there. We've got some guests today with us that are going to be coming in
Right.
for just treat them like any of the other black band members.
Of course. And she kind of
All right.
nods and she goes to attend the terminal up front.
And we'll just walk past to where we've seen doors open.
Yes.
Oh, we're
Like someone, I'm like,
now.
Peter, where's
Am I
where
not
are the doors?
dressed like you?
Just took out the
It's
clothes.
at the
You're not dressed. It's dressed.
You got 5 seconds after they leave.
The door is open. You see just this empty hallway.
That's what I was speaking about.
Going to walk through.
Let me double check. Who all is entering this space right now?
I assume you're all with me, yeah?
I mean,
Everyone? Okay.
yes.
I don't want to be in the
why
hall
not?
alone, so yeah.
Okay. Everyone,
You're not alone.
You
just
see-
Pinky.
double doors open. What was a cement wall has opened up to 2 double doors, and there's a hallway of a facility on the inside.
And the aliens are coming with us, yeah?
Yeah, the aliens are coming with you, but they look as a one entity.
All right. About how tall are they now?
They're about 6 foot tall.
Okay. All right.
Are we going?
Yes,
Don't worry, Kiko. We are normal humans.
Yes.
Human.
That checks out.
Singular.
Keep that out. Keep
Yes.
that out.
Right. Normal human.
Yeah.
Mm.
I see a clipboard on a wall and I grab it.
All right. Right this way. Keep walking
Mm,
down.
yes.
The door closes behind you.
We're just gonna go do some reconnaissance.
Yeah, what are
You
we
see a
looking for?
hallway littered with doors, just different doors all along the sides.
I turn to Taladar. Can you nail down the precise location of your ship?
It's not my ship. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. And you see him stop for a second. Like the man just stops for a second. We're checking the scanners now. Wait a second. To the left.
All right. We follow the instructions.
Always go left.
Our left or his left?
Yeah, they
So
wise.
the one that makes an L when you do it.
Just a quick dab for directions.
Okay,
As
is
you
there...
head down these facilities, it's like clean cement, very sterile, and you hear all kinds of strange noises going on, just like the sound of like this like, and
Oh, wait
deeper
here.
down ahead, like, and further down, even
Can
further,
I open
just
one
like,
of the doors?
yeah,
What are you doing?
The one.
sure.
I'll just peek in authoritatively. Open.
You see several like scientists wearing the black band symbol, kind of like studying something in another room. Like you can't see quite what they're looking at, but you just hear this loud.
Gonna take it. I'm gonna say. How's it going in there?
And they all look at you for a second, and then you see what they're looking at. It's like some kind of weapon that's been like tethered to a robotic hand, and one of the scientists is pressing a button, and they're just shooting at this target. And they have like all kinds of meters, and they're reading out like data from this gun, apparently. It's going quite well. Who are you?
Kayla Winters. Just doing a check-in, making sure everything's going well. Continue on. No. Back out.
Sure. You back out. They look a little puzzled, but you back out.
Do you still have... There's an echo out. Do you still have a stream up on your phone?
Do I have a stream on my phone? No.
Are
No.
you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the only one hearing?
I hear it.
Okay.
You hear an echo?
Yeah.
Every now and then. It's fine.
So
Technical
this way,
difficulties.
What?
They're like firing a weapon or something, testing a weapon.
And none of them were wearing safety
Probably
glasses, by the way.
best to not open any of these
Yes.
doors.
I'm
Probably
curious
see
what the
something that you can't unsee.
door was. Though,
I-
you
I
know?
don't-
wouldn't.
I'm not.
We don't need to know. I don't need to know. Mm-mm.
Speaking from experience.
I'm still trying to put my clothes on because I didn't have a chance to duck out. And while I'm putting my boots on, I remember them saying they were celebrating something.
What?
The black bands that were in the hot tubs, they were celebrating something. Something went right.
The link.
Like right now?
Oh yeah, the missing link. You're right.
I think
What?
they're trying to power something here, and the alien technology that they found aboard our friend's ship was the missing link. At least that's what I've puzzled together. Their lingo is a bit familiar to me, you know?
Are there any computer terminals in this area in the hallway?
You see a few stations.
Okay. Tommy, shall we maybe see what we can find out?
Yes.
Okay.
Cat
We would like to
cracks
do.
4 times on its own. It's so strange.
We would like to do the hacking.
It was like walking on bubble wrap.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta
I
readjust
assume-
my
I
hand
think-
because my pinky hits different on the keyboard.
I can do the typing if you want to just.
No, I mean,
Are you comfortable? It's flopping all over the place.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. I assume you have training in hacking, right?
It's like
That's
typing
correct.
with a hot dog.
Yeah. So do I. Can I assist Tommy?
Yeah, roll with advantage.
Trying to find whatever information.
Oh boy. That's one roll.
With advantage?
Is it intellect?
Was it intellect, Michael?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah. So I pass with a 4.
Ooh.
Ooh. Tommy makes quick work of it. He's just like just typing up this storm on this
I got
little
that extra
board.
reach.
And what are you trying to find out?
See if you can find anything on cell synthesization, synthesizers.
Synthesis?
Yeah, look that up.
And then like perhaps alien tech.
Do you think they're just gonna have things that say alien? There it is.
Alien tech comes up with like 1,000 search entries.
So
There's just a ton of information about alien tech in this
Sort by-
database.
date modified. It's gonna be created and date modified there.
You begin searching. You also cross search with this power cell information, the synthesizer, and it pulls up some project files. And it says Diamond Brigade special project files, special project files, yes. And you see what appears to be like breakdowns of like there's just some kinds of like pictures of this foreign shape, this kind of possibly a ship, and it's all like evidence. It's like pictures, and it's like hard evidence of like, and then there's like pictures of like the scientists like showcasing different things, like they found stuff and they're like pointing it to the camera, and you specifically see this files about how this thing wasn't running, it wasn't operational, and there's been some kind of a new breakthrough, and there's been a synthesis of power cells for this thing.
Is the thing? Does it? If we show the trench coat,
You show him, and he's just, you see him, that's it. He starts tapping on the screen. That's our ship.
Peter, if I could you get the little thingy? I'll just thank you. I'll just mount that drive real quick. And I'm just gonna push some
Yep.
stuff to
and I'll look out.
back that up.
Stand, watch, make sure no one's coming.
You don't see anyone coming, but you do see down the hall these doors open, and there are these black band soldiers like pulling with chains this roll me a fear save.
Everyone?
Just Kiko, 'cause she's the only one looking out.
Okay. She has disadvantage.
Oh, fun.
Would my military training aid me in this fear? Save?
How would it aid you?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I got an 86.
Don't feel no fear.
I've seen some stuff.
Take 3 points of stress.
Oh God.
Some horrific looking thing is being dragged out by some chains across the hall. And like these black band soldiers are just pulling it across, and it's like this. Before you can get anyone's attention, the doors closed. They pulled it across the hall, but it's something you've never seen before.
What?
They did.
Yeah.
There was a I did. They just on chains. It was. I can't even. It was.
Use your words.
No, nothing.
Remember when I said not to open any of the doors?
I didn't open a door. The door
know, I'm
opened
just
me.
saying,
All right, I'm just gonna.
Facilities
The
like
door
this.
opened to me. Oh.
Okay. We seem to be good. Downloaded. Are we
Yeah,
good?
Yes.
we're good.
Just for further
Mhm.
reference,
Mhm.
I'm not a USB stick.
No.
I know. Just I don't. Let's go.
No one thinks you're a
Wait, I
USB
gotta unplug you.
stick, Peter.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna delete the log files real quick.
As
And
HR
close
officer,
this
when we
out.
get back to the ship, we should have a conversation about consent.
It's.
I
That's
asked him
appropriate.
for it. I asked him for it.
I don't think Peter feels that way, so I'll be scheduling you for a counseling, and we'll be.
I
listening to
I literally
you.
asked him.
He technically did.
I
ask
said,
me.
may I?
I'm just
HR
saying,
officer.
in general,
Okay.
we can't put everything in my brain.
Did we find out?
No, Peter, I agree, and the health and happiness of our synthetic humans on board is just as important to me as our natural humans on board. I'll be personally looking into the matter. Well, I'll schedule you in.
Matter.
I'll schedule you in.
Just say no next time.
We're going. Tommy, it does not.
We'll have
What?
time. We'll have time on this.
Let's
on
I
get
this.
have
out of
some
here
videos
first.
that I'm gonna need you to
Swear to
review.
God.
What are you
Swear to
talking
God.
about? Where's our ship?
Oh,
Alien
did
guy.
we find the room that the ship was in? Like, did we find
It
where
was
it
this
was being
way.
stored?
We have stopped.
You were on your way to it.
Okay, yeah. All right, so we continue walking and talking at this point.
You're walking and talking, and
And we're
you see like
walking.
the guy in the trench coat. He's kind of like walking in a very strange manner. He stops for a second every now and then, and kind of goes like this way.
This is so
God.
conspicuous.
Is it like the cockroach dude?
Yeah.
Black cat means the world to me. I'd like to have it back.
You see him. You see him point over this way, and then
Just that.
Taladar goes, "I'm trying my best. They're not cooperative."
You're
fine.
doing wonderfully. Thank you.
Doing great.
Okay. So,
There's a door that they point to, and it's just kind of. It looks like every other door down the hall, but this should be the door.
okay.
All right,
I will.
You go in because all of us look like we're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
I have a clipboard.
Mr.
Mr.
Is it
McAdam
an
has a
automatic door?
It's just like a door.
I use the handle.
You open the door.
Yeah.
You enter in, and there are several scientists like sitting around having coffee, and you see the spaceship. It's not that big. It's like maybe as big as an SUV. It's just sitting in there, and then they all look at you. Hello,
Hello.
who are y'all?
Oh, just I entered, right? I assume.
You enter. They can see past you. On the,
Well,
out the door.
but I assume that.
Oh, you see the hid?
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
we're around the corner.
No, I was doing this.
Right.
Sorry.
You can look like a scientist behind you.
Sure. They go. Who are you? They're looking at Tommy.
This is.
Who am I? Who am I? This is
Oh.
a surprise inspection. All right. I see all of you sitting around here, and not one of you has a radiation badge on you, do you?
A radiation
not-
badge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll
How else
roll intellect. This is a deception check. Roll intellect check.
I hear Tommy going on
37.
about badges.
I'm
You
gonna,
passed.
succeed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk towards as if I'm just like looking up and down, like.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yes, a radiation badge. You're supposed to replace your radiation badge every 30 days. If you have too much gamma radiation within the 30-day period, you're going to start to see tumors.
Right. Sorry. And you see them get up, kind of like, I didn't realize that was a thing now. Yeah, when has the badge been protocol? And you see them all looking puzzled, like, oh man, I didn't know about badges. The badges is a whole different
This
new
is
thing.
standard operating safety precautions here. This isn't new.
Kiko, as this happens, you see the trench coated man walks in behind you.
Can't believe it.
What's your name? Mr. Simons, right this way. This was the piece of equipment in question that we had spoken about.
You see that thankfully they're caught up in Tommy's discussion of radiation badges. They're kind of too busy like talking to Tommy about it. What are you talking about, radiation badge? When did this protocol come out? There's been no notification about this.
Okay, I try to find like any way to. Is it like behind a window or is it just there?
It's kind of out. It's kind of out in the open.
Okay, and
there's no separation glass.
Is there like a garage door? Is there a door for it to exit? How did it get?
You see a bay door.
Okay, yeah.
It's just got a roll-up door.
All right, I am going to pull out the trank gun.
Oh god.
And load it up. How many rounds does it hold?
Magazine is 6.
Real quick.
A magazine is
holds
6?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes,
Tank
it
pistol.
has
Yeah, it's 6.
6.
I'm going to turn around. You said there were 4 of them?
Yes.
And go. Poop, 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 poop.
All right, roll. Hold on.
Does it hit me?
No.
We don't need no stinking.
Okay. Hold on a quick. Make a speed check. You have advantage because they're completely taken up by Tommy's.
Okay. Okay, I got a 17.
Okay. I'm gonna you're gonna have to do this for each one of them. So 17
Speed check for each.
Yeah. So for the first guy, you go, and the guy's, oh, what the, and as he's like saying this, you take aim for the next one.
Okay. Military training add to this?
Yeah. Because you're trying to shoot people.
The second one I failed. It's a 44. But is it against theirs? Or is it for speed?
It's
I don't know.
for surprise.
Do you have firearms as well?
You would think?
Good.
They fail on their speed check, so you've got to.
I got
Let's
a
continue.
44.
All right, you shoot the next one.
Okay.
2 more to go.
Okay, I got a 4 on this next one.
All right, you shoot the third. Ugh! And then there's the last guy, like already realizing something's wrong with the situation. Like, hey, hold on,
And then I failed the last one. I got a 57.
Here, he's just like, wait, no, I didn't. What's going on here?
Can I try to hit
Sure,
it
this
with
isn't.
my clipboard?
Yeah, you can do that.
3 darts was too much.
Oh, dude, this is a body. I fail.
How'd you
You smack him with a
body.
clipboard, and he's just like, what? Why are you hitting me?
Yeah, there'd be a body there, right?
Or
strength.
Okay.
Or combat. I fail all of them.
What's going on? Why are you doing this? Kayla,
Sorry,
why?
I tried.
Okay, calm down. It's just common protocol. You've got too much. You guys didn't have your radiation badges. We need to take you out and get you into the med lab. No. Don't worry.
You see him completely drop out, and then you see Taladar. I got him.
You hear
What?
Buckford and I out in Ruha in the hallway. I go. I think we need to go in. I think we shouldn't be in this hallway.
Yeah, you're good, guys. Yeah, you can come. You can come in.
I come in the door.
What happened to the fourth guy?
Taladar,
He's just-
Taladar tells you I stopped him.
I poke at him, and the guy who's standing there.
You see him just frozen, like,
Okay, well that's a bit creepy, but you
I'm
know.
just gonna close his eyes real quick.
Right. Shall we hop in to the ship?
I don't know if
and
we can all
the-
fit in there.
the man like starts kind of deforming into the aliens. Like,
Oh,
you see them all. I don't think you're gonna fit in our ship for one.
Was Taladar a
that's what
full
I was
human, or
saying.
was he just the head?
Taladar made an illusion of a full human.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yes, we will not fit in the ship.
Oh, okay.
we can just
It's small.
we can
So-
We
get back
also
out.
have
But
to
is it
worry about
functioning?
Powering the ship.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did they get the power connected? Oh, You guys, tell us.
They're right here.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. You see them start inspecting the ship. Looks like everything's in place.
Pulling off lab coats from scientists while they're doing this.
The gunner guy, he opens the door and starts like checking the ship. And you see the scientist looks over and he sees there are these like containers off to the side of the ship, and he kind of looks at them and goes, "I think they've synthesized our fuel. I think."
Oh.
And he grabs the cells, and like lugging it over.
They did say that they had completed a synthesization of something. It may very
Well,
have been
you know, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I agreed.
If it was that easy, we would have done it a long time ago.
I actually have I actually have points in chemistry. Is there any way I
Yes.
can look over their notes and double check, make sure they're not going to put the cell in the ship and then it explodes?
Yes, you can double check.
I also have chemistry. Can I assist her?
Yes.
I have explosives and chemistry, so I would also like to lean over shoulders.
Okay, Ruha, do the roll with advantage.
Okay.
I'd like to pile the bodies in the corner and then place the frozen man in front of the bodies, like facing the door, like that.
Sure.
like I didn't do it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna scare the shit out of anybody who comes in the door.
I got a 9 out of 71.
Wow.
Very
Okay,
good.
so
Or 61.
you assess from some of the data that was pulled from the hack earlier, and you look at the power cell and you look at the ship, and it seems that this should work as a fuel for their ship. It's rudimentary, but it won't blow the ship up.
Okay.
I mean, that's good.
Good.
Um,
It's not going to be a smooth ride. It's definitely regular, not premium. Definitely
Yes, it's
not
like
Spectrum.
running a diesel engine on French fry oil.
What's
What
French
are y'all talking about? You see the guys like they're completely thrown by what you're saying.
Okay.
It's
Well,
good to go. Just put it
I
in the
translate.
why don't we get some coordinates that we can meet at outside the starport?
We have to start planning our extraction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because
Alright.
if they can fly this out of here, if they can cloak and fly out, then we can meet them right outside the starport.
You want to
Yeah.
meet us
Yeah.
outside the starport?
If you
We can just
get to a
leave.
location and cloak again, and send one of us, if you can send me a communication saying your coordinates, then we can meet you. I say to them in their language.
Well, because the ship can fly off now, right? Presumably they can take it and.
Like
But if it's crappy fuel, we want to make sure that they've got enough, and also just
Yes, that's so we can know where
Yeah.
they go.
yeah.
Right. Maybe exchange some knowledge real quick on
Right,
cloaking
yeah, yeah.
technology
Something tells me we're never going to see them again. But
because of the
I don't know.
cloaking.
I'm pretty good at reading people. Do I get the sense that now that they have what they need, they're not gonna?
It's hard to tell because their expressions don't match your typical
Right.
human expressions. You're not like getting the read of them.
Mhm.
And they're speaking in this really strange sounding language.
Asher.
Is Asher
What
with
if-
us?
I
Yeah.
don't think I should. No, I don't think I should.
No?
Asher, I still have a mustache.
Asher did come with you.
Okay.
But is he just
But
still in the spot?
Asher's still in the spa.
Yeah.
Asher. Meanwhile, Asher is actually just like this.
Very exfoliated.
Do you know who could help with this? It's probably Asher. I hope he's enjoying
What?
himself. Though.
I can-
He deserves
I
some
can
time.
speak their language.
No. Yeah, but understand.
He can't speak their language. Why would he?
No, but understanding them on a deeper level, you
Mhm,
know.
mhm.
He is
Anyway,
the
can you
best
just
ask
cafe.
them? Do they want to meet us, so that we can have some cultural exchange?
Hold on. I turn to them. When you get your ship up and running, I assume you want to get out of here. Would you be amenable to meeting up and possibly having a more relaxed conversation after this is all over with?
You see, one of them just like goes, "Bleh," like kind of gets back in the ship, and the other two are looking at him, and then finally the captain, what was his name?
I don't remember.
No, I know it. Gal. Gal looks. He goes, "Of course."
Yes. Okay. Great. So get out of here and send me your location.
Yeah, because we don't want to run into them.
I'll give
Right
them
away.
our like communications code for the
Got
Destiny.
it. Yeah, so I was waiting for that. So they get your code and they jump on the ship real quick, and you see
Okay.
them. One of them looks out and goes, "Stand back," and they close the door.
Stand back, everyone.
And you just
I'm
see
gonna get
that
on.
on the bottom of the bottom of the ship. You see this thing like, and this like side of the bay door just it gets explodes and just gets blown out, and you see like this huge.
Lab coats, everyone.
The
Lab
ship goes-
coats.
Probably could have opened the door.
And it starts flying out the little hole they just shot through the door.
Shall we just head this way? I'll just walk out the door.
Let's,
Yes,
I'm
let's
I'm
go.
sure they have an
The bay
evacuation
door, like,
procedure.
out
You hear
into-
another like.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of
I'm
this building as
heading
quickly as possible. So
Yes,
if,
let's get out of here.
if they shot a hole through it, we'll go out that hole.
Wait,
You want to
no,
go
we have to
through
go
the
get
hole they
Asher.
shot?
Ash, we'll just send a comms message to Asher to meet us back at the ship.
All right.
I'm just
How do we know this goes anywhere near?
Taladar stops you and goes, "I think they're going to go into space. I don't think we want to follow them."
Yes.
Well, no, I'm not following them to space. Following them out of this building that we're in.
You want to follow the ship they're shooting?
Oh, did they just go straight up?
They just shot through the wall and they're starting to fly out the side
Oh,
of the
I
wall.
thought they just went like straight, like out of this building so we could go into the,
They're blasting their way out.
I see. Okay, well, yeah, time to go.
I would like to peek my head in and make sure the person who was in the tub is not drowning.
As you rake your way out and run,
The spa.
you see that there's like a hustle and bustle. The androids are pulling everyone out of the tubs.
Okay, good.
They just everyone's like emergency! Like everyone's just like and all the soldiers are scrambling from the spa.
I act like I'm scrambling to like, what's going on? Who
breach,
was that?
breach! You hear
What
breach,
happened?
and then
All right, come on, everyone.
Buck.
The civilians, come this way. And just walk out.
So you walk out and you see there's this whole alarms going off everywhere inside.
Are we able to get out?
You get out. You get out
Okay.
of the Tranquilia.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
send a comm to Asher. Asher, if you'd be so kind to meet us back on the Destiny.
I'm
As soon-
on my
as soon as
way
possible.
now. There must be some kind of an emergency going on.
You would be correct.
I remove my lab coat and throw it down an alleyway as we
I'm
continue to
keeping the robe though.
Asher is running out, partially covered in the mud still in the robe, and like the mud is like crackling on his face, and he's like, "Oh, where are we going?"
Back to the ship.
Back to the ship. Back to the ship.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I also discard the science lab or science coat
Yeah.
I was wearing.
Outside. I guess I'll leave the Black Band's uniform on for now.
You kind of like make a quick brief. You make a brief pace back to the ship, and there's emergency seems to be in that quadrant. And as you get further away, it's less of a buzz going on. And you see Selena is outside the ship, and Lynn is like going. They left.
Oh,
I tried to stop them, but they left.
Oh, yeah.
It-
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
They left now. Or
They tricked me.
they
Yeah.
what?
They told me to go into the sim, and then they left.
I did
It's-
ask you to call me if anything happened.
They wanted to see what it was like. I was trying to show them.
No, but you didn't call.
That's the nature of
Point is-
being tricked though.
Everything's fine. We
Yeah.
we need to
We need to
get
go.
out.
We
Right,
got them
so-
their ship back, so we're good. We've got communications with them. We need to probably leave though. Like soon.
What's that stuff all over Asher?
It's a mud, I think, and some sort of like seaweed-esque
See me
wrap.
scribbling on my datapad. This is definitely going in the annual review, Lynn.
Okay, do we have everybody? Is
I-
everybody
I-
getting on board now?
I want to hustle
Yes.
into the engine room and make sure all of the repairs and upgrades are complete, so we're not caught off guard.
Yes,
Did we
they're-
find the cat?
Repairs
That's
and
good.
upgrades appear to be complete. And
just-
yeah,
I'm just going to put it out there. we do not need to jump.
No,
No.
we don't need a jump.
No,
We're just
Just
gonna
Why would you say
leave.
that?
I'm just
Right
double
on.
checking. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
No
That
one's
is not
jumping.
an option right now.
Like,
We're not
3
jumping. We're fine.
I think if you were in my position, you would have done the same thing, Peter. That's a lot of judgment coming out of you right now. I'm just saying. It was the best decision at the time when we jumped.
I understand.
I disagree
I'm just
with that on 2 of them,
clarifying
but-
that now is not one of those times.
I agree.
Real close.
Can we get on the ship?
Your
You hear the alarms come off now
That is-
around the
that's our cue.
docks.
Let's go. Let's go.
down! Lock him down!
Okay, let's go. On. Is everyone on?
Are we
Everyone
gonna
is on the
jump?
ship.
Okay. Let's. We are going to. Can we just make it out on regular thrusters? Warden, get us out of the starport ASAP.
Okay, let's go. The ship starts up.
I'll run to the cockpit and get in the pilot seat.
Cloaking devices turned on.
You activate cloaking devices.
Wait,
we
we've
have one
had
of those?
cloaking this entire time?
No, I bought it while we were here. Last episode.
The sh-
Nice.
She says metally.
Okay. I'll make a piloting check.
Yes. And yeah, so cloaked.
Would that be under speed or intellect for piloting?
That will be. Let's do speed actually, because you're
Okay.
trying to hurry and get out of here.
We'll call this the old trench cloak maneuver. Huh?
I succeed.
You succeed. The engines power on, and you see the bay doors shutting down.
Everyone, hold on. And I
All right.
gun
all
it
right.
towards.
Thrust increases, and everyone is thrown. If you're not seated already, back. And the ship is just launching out of this bay, and you see as you make your way out, several drones coming up behind you.
We may need to arm the ship.
Yep, I got this. I make my way over. I requested a new cannon. I did a little traderoo, so I'm going to go make sure. Well, hopefully it happened before we left.
It's just in pieces on the floor.
Do I have my Yev cannon?
Yev is cannon
Uh,
on this
Perfect.
ship.
Good. Yeah, I'm going to sit down.
Release all that stress just to get it all back again.
I will sit down and start targeting these drones. How
All
many?
right. There's 3,
Okay. Yeah.
and
I can't
Let me
believe
double
you
check
named
this
the
real quick.
Yeah.
we had to.
I had to canonize.
Um, roll me a.
I guess the ship. I have the ship stats.
Yeah, this is ship stats. I'm
Combat.
just pulling them up right now. Yeah.
Okay. I got a 7. So
Okay.
Probably.
should.
Well, there you go. So you blast one of them out
Okay.
into smithereens. It's just gone.
And then I
Um,
got. And then a 6.
All right.
Do you want me to do speed or to combat? I guess.
Combat.
Okay. Yeah. But it's still a 6. You know.
Yeah.
6.
Go
And a
Blow the second
1.
one out.
Holy shit.
All right. Well, all 3 are destroyed as you make your way
This
out of
Yev
the shard.
cannon is woohoo, shooting beautifully. Got real British.
That was a different noise. What was that noise? Is that a cannon? Did you buy a new cannon?
Yeah. I traded it up. I just didn't want, having military tech, getting attention to us. So just a little traderoo. But I've had my eye on this cannon for, the past 6 months. It's beautiful.
I mean, you did the job. That's all. I'm good.
All right. So, we out of the starport? Did we make it through the bay doors?
You made it through the bay doors. You're outside now.
No more
Fleeing
drones?
shard. No more drones appear to be coming.
Ooh.
I feel like I lost something.
The cannon scared Lord Kingsley. There's a mess back here.
Did you guys find the
no.
cat too, by the way? Did we just leave the cat?
No, the cat's on the ship.
Very
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure, because last thing I thought I heard was nobody knew where the cat was.
It's common. It's probably somewhere on the ship. I'm going to reconvene with everyone, probably in the bridge or wherever.
Sure.
All right. Spa was great. Glad we could help out our little alien friends.
Difference of opinion.
I took some time, while I was soaking, to have a little think. Here's the thing. Tommy, I know you're against it, but we got to get this information out. We now have another alien contact. I mean, this is multiple alien species at this point that we've been exposed to and people are still unaware of. So maybe we do a little rendezvous with our new friends if they didn't just leave us in the wind. And then, Ruha, do you think you could hit up your Earth producer friends? Perhaps.
I think I could make it happen.
All right, I've been clear. I think this is a terrible idea. Just want to make sure that's on the record. Officially, I think it's a terrible idea, and we shouldn't do it.
Okay. We can talk it out on the trip, Earth.
You can bring it up during your mandatory counseling session, but first,
For what? No,
I've
how do I
drafted
file an
the
HR complaint
file-
against HR? How do
You
I?
won't file it with me. But there's some videos I've transferred to your data pad. I will know if you skip through it.
What?
So you're going to need to go through that.
Are
About
you kidding?
appropriate conduct around synthetic humans.
What?
So if you can take a look at
I have
that one
been-
in particular.
Nothing but professional.
It's just a little. Sometimes it's good to have a refresher. I
It's-
also heard the word robot thrown around in the spa, so I think it's definitely.
That's not. It
be
says
required.
run by robots on the outside. It's a self-diagnosed term. It's a. Don't.
Yeah, it was uncanny how there was that one that looked like you, Peter.
Yes, I am not unique on the outside.
Well, I mean, why would you be? It's cheaper to produce something that look the same.
Tommy, this is why we have to watch the video, right? Because of
It's a
Tommy.
manufacturing fact. It's.
Because it's a fact doesn't mean it needs to be stated so insensitively.
No,
How do you think that
on
makes
this
me
particular occasion, Mr. McDowan is correct in that we are manufactured, so we do look similar, and
thought
I
we were
am
on that?
different on the inside, but on the outside we do look relatively the same. But we had different hair.
Yeah. Right.
The warden chimes in. We are exiting shard space. Where would you like to go?
Are you, Warden? Are you receiving any coordinates being sent our way?
Yeah, or communication hails. Or,
Communicate.
yeah.
Checking. Yes.
Peter, do
Is
you
it
want to
from
take
Shard?
charge here? Oh.
There are several communications from Shard. But that's not what I'm receiving.
Oh, good. What?
Okay.
Where are the coordinates coming from?
Just past Shard.
Great. Let's plot a course for those coordinates.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Wait, do we want to confirm where they're coming from? Like, who sent these coordinates?
I mean, did you give him a secret, super secret password, or?
We're being hailed.
Oh,
Okay. Turn on the camera, but don't turn our cameras on.
You turn on one side of the camera, and as you do, the familiar faces of the four aliens pop up.
Okay, we'll turn ours on.
oh, hello. I say to them.
You hear Peter speak in his foreign language. And Taladar shows up into the bridge. Let me aid in this.
All right.
Yeah, of course.
And as they speak, you hear the simple, relatable language of your mother tongue, of your mother tongue, and they say, "Thank you for helping us."
Of course.
You're welcome.
What did
Yes.
you want from us?
Oh.
Well,
Nothing.
we
I mean,
uh,
not nothing, but
we
It's
don't
not like-
need anything from you, right? Like nothing physical. We just want you to know that, on behalf of humans and stuff, that you do have some friendly ones that you know now, and
We're
you have
humans.
we are humans.
Yeah.
We've got there are several planets that have been colonized by humans, and multiple starports that I'm sure if you will start encountering. I just want you to know if you ever have any trouble, at least you know that you can reach out to us.
Can you tell us where the signal we initially picked up came from?
oh, we're not sure.
I have a strong suspicion it was us
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Yes, that was my suspicion as well, but I wasn't.
when we touched the key.
yeah.
Oh, the key.
If you don't mind me asking,
Poker.
what do you know about a species that can force you to forget everything?
That sounds familiar.
You've come across them too.
The Vankra.
The Venkra.
That sounds familiar. You see him speak back, and can they come back? Yeah, we know of these people.
How did you get away from them?
Not all of us did. It depends on the situation. Depends on what they want.
Do you know what they're after? They're in pursuit of us. And I was hoping maybe we could, since we helped you, you could help us. They want something that we have, and we barely escaped them last time. I had to jump twice, and Peter hasn't let me live it down. But I was just hoping you could tell us something about them, something that might help us.
Were they
We're going to
not
send you a large cache of data.
Oh,
That we will put in the ship's data bank and not in Peter,
Thank you, Mr.
Fantastic.
McDowell. I appreciate that.
because we have the ship here. So is that cool with you, ship?
Absolutely.
Comparing Peter to the ship is very rude.
Oh
Honestly.
my God.
That's why you have to watch the video because we're
I
not-
just
Anyways, yes, please.
We're our own entities, Tommy. And the ship chimes in.
I know that's what. I have a PhD in this.
I theorize that the Vankra were after the same beacon of sorts that you are, and we do have this key or beacon or what have you on board our ship. Is there a reason that you no? Is
We're
this
done
not-
with it. We spent too long away from home. We need to get back.
Oh, and where is this place you call home?
We'll send you it in the coordinates.
All right, we'll send you all of our data on humans as well in exchange.
You know, basic histories and things so you can learn about us.
Sure. You see in the background, the sign just goes. Just like-
Great. Yeah. And so we'll send over sort of like the history, lifting of the shroud, all of the same stuff, and what we have encountered too, assuming that they send theirs over. As soon as theirs arrives, then I'll send it.
Same time.
The data is transferred over, and you send over information about the shroud, which was a phenomenon that occurred during this eclipse many years ago, and it revealed parts of the universe that had not been that had been previously hidden, and even new planets were unveiled to the Earthlings. And you're sure that this shroud has capabilities of hiding other interstellar entities.
Yeah. Yeah, and history, thereafter, and our space travel, and what planets. Not like, not like critical, confidential
Send them a
details, just
copy of my
history.
book. It's only a working copy, but
We can do that too. I'll
they
send
can
them
learn
the.
about,
Yeah, I'll send
Stars
them.
Apart.
I have all the seasons of Stars Apart, so I'll
maybe not that, but
I'll send that over to.
Or are you not? Are you ashamed of it? Are you ashamed of Stars Apart?
This is an important part of
I'm
human
ashamed of
culture.
it. It's just, there's some more fluff stuff I do, and then there's some more hard-hitting psychology
Oh,
bits,
wow.
Yep,
Wow,
but
all right.
both are equally important in getting to understand humanity, the culture. So
Sure.
send that too. Yeah.
You see them kind of at their terminals, like, we're receiving a lot of data here. This is Stars Apart.
It's
this-
easy to binge.
This is the kind of entertainment that we consume. Yeah.
We
Okay,
see.
you're doing the
Not-
airport
not
dummy,
everybody.
but it's an intergalactically syndicated show.
Sure. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
find it entertaining.
Yeah, maybe
Okay,
someday.
well, I suppose I don't find my high-rise condo in Mumbai 5 entertaining, but you know what paid for it? Stars Apart. So
I
maybe
said
hold on
nothing
to
about
that.
that. I just said I didn't think it was,
I think they'll love it. It's hard not to love. At first, you just watch it and you're like, oh, I don't know about this, but then you cannot stop watching.
Warden, can you
Yeah,
also
I
send
did.
them the
I mean-
definition of a hater? Thank you.
Sending the definition of hater.
Thank you so much for that, Warden.
It's not
Yeah.
hate. It's just not. I just didn't enjoy it. You don't watch everything. You don't read every book. You know,
You see
these
them
things aren't for you.
kind of
Can you not enjoy
nodding
it
along.
more quietly? Thank you.
This is quite enough now. I believe we are ready to go home.
Okay, safe travels, and it was amazing to have gotten to make your acquaintance and do this, and I'm glad that you guys can make it back safe now. And I hope someday we can come visit your home and learn a little more too.
Read the data files.
Okay. Will
Huh.
do.
That was all right.
It is very possible that their home planet is not welcome to visitors.
And we'll close those. Safe travels now, and we'll
Goodbye.
close the
Yeah, the
communication.
signal communication closes, and y'all are once again in space.
Okay, what's up with these data files? That sounded very,
Oh no, definitely. That was
What,
That
what was up? Okay, I'm
ominous.
gonna hit
Yeah.
play, put it up on the screen for all of us.
The data files
Well, if
showcase.
there's a video.
It's not. Yeah, it's not entirely a video, but
Welcome to this
You see-
presentation.
one of the first files that opens up is raw data, raw video footage from the ship when it was in custody at the Black Bands, and you see footage of all manner of experimentation and back and forth. Like, it's hard to see at times, but there's other entities that you've never seen before being paraded about in shackles, and experiments with the long range weaponry. And these all of these Black Bands have that same symbol with a scratched out diamond shape on their bars, on their badges, and they appear to be experimenting on extraterrestrial life forms, not just the kind that you found, but new ones you've never seen before.
It is starting to seem very likely that other people know more about extraterrestrials than we do, and
Well-
have known about their existence for much longer than us.
right.
Well, the
Probably large governments and things that we don't need to spill their secrets about, right?
Black
that's
Bands.
exactly why we do need to.
Yes, the
Close
Black
the
Bands
window on this.
work
Yes.
with the government, just like they're probably hand in hand with the Marine. Although I wonder if the Black Band knows that because this seems like an
It does
offshoot,
not
right?
look
The
like an
Diamond
official
Brigade.
faction.
Yeah.
Seems to be its own thing. But Obviously, some type of legislation is required protecting the rights of these Xeno species.
Yeah. Well, that and the general
works,
public
that
does
works.
not know.
Yeah,
So,
that
in
does
effect, the law enforcement and the space marines are keeping this hidden and doing whatever they want with it. And
Well,
I don't
mean,
think it's for the best of us.
It is not unusual or unheard of. Plenty of countries and societies throughout your history have done the same thing to different things.
Doesn't
mean
make
it's
it right.
No, it doesn't, but it shouldn't surprise you.
Okay, all right.
I am not surprised.
No,
I just
no,
don't abide it anymore, given
no.
my previous career choices.
I
That's
say,
fair.
damn the man, we get this information out. That's why science knows no borders. Everybody needs to know about this.
Well, we
Mhm.
need to find a
Making
delivery
sense.
system and a way
Which
to
is
make
rare.
it anonymous.
He drinks engine cleaner, but for him to be making sense,
It's distilled engine cleaner.
Oh my god, I remember what we left. We totally forgot to pay that little girl.
I
Oh,
think she had the time of a life. I think we paid her in life experience.
you paid her an exposure.
What? Exposure to explosives? Is that?
what did you agree to pay her?
I don't remember.
We didn't specify, but you did say,
I did say
do you want to make some money?
I'll just send.
For a people that are having like a morality,
Are you,
you know,
just going
talk
to
right
shoot
now in
money
discussion.
into
I'm gonna just shoot money. No, I'm gonna locate the area that we were in that she was at with the
Just
aliens, right?
let's
on
make good
Strahd.
with the people we
Sure.
I
promised.
don't know if
Yeah.
she has a way.
I don't know, because that might track them to us, and I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
that's true.
And also morality after we tranked a sleeping woman in a bath.
right.
Like maybe we just let sleeping dogs lie and
But yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
you know,
you know what?
someday I'll pay it forward.
hey,
That's
yeah.
a great saying. We should just let sleeping dogs lie.
No,
Right?
no, this is not the same.
We should
We have a ethical, moral responsibility to
To
not
pay that
keep
little girl.
anyone else in the dark about this.
Yeah.
Because I would want to know, and that means others would. What happens afterwards, and what the government decides to do afterwards.
to us. What the
Is-
government decides to do to us.
Tommy,
Captain?
what are you so afraid of? We already found out they sent Kiko to kill you anyway. I mean, she can't be the first. Your head is already on the chopping block.
That's my
Whoa.
You're
point.
least afraid. It's us that have
Whoa.
something to lose. You're already gone. You're practically dead.
What?
Is
And
that
Lynn is just taking everything in. You were paid to kill him?
First off,
I
I mean,
no,
possibly
it
just
was-
erase my
it's
memory.
The
Just-
Tommy problem, like the file that Kiko gave us, it was deal with
We
Tommy McAdam. I mean,
assumed
So
it's to
are
kill.
we gonna kill Tommy now?
No, what?
I mean,
No.
Hold on. No.
Lynn, don't look so.
Don't, Mr. McTowan, your
I'm not
pinky.
going to whack Tommy.
Come on.
no,
Although I
no,
would find it rather amusing, but no.
no. I am part of the Marines, and apparently part of that is an implanting of a chip with emotional, moral,
Gray area. Dampening. Yeah.
Yeah, good
Oh,
word.
moral neutralizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of talk about that all the time in the dark web.
Right. So we deactivated mine, but I was, all up in the shit, and I was supposed to be. Tommy was a part of a marine project years back. It's not publicly known that it was a marine project, and so they're trying to get all their loose ends. Tommy's actually the last loose end.
Oh, excuse me? With the
That's
last?
loose end. You know what happens to loose ends?
Warden,
Yes.
Don't really have a whole lot.
is
to
Dr.
do.
Chen still on the ship?
Yes.
Good, just wanted to make sure. We didn't leave him
Can't
at the
leave
port.
people on and keep doing that.
Everybody else
Yeah.
is accounted for. That was the last
Yes.
one. Sorry, just a thought.
This whole thing is fucked up. You can't just go doing this shit to people, the projects on civilians and whatever, getting rid of them. Either way, like Ruha says, you are already on Alyssa at this point, being part of exposing the truth. The more rise we have on us, the more protected we are, because they're not just going to out us in the public eye when they're already going to have shit on their face for hiding all of this stuff.
Well, I think
Captain.
Yes, Warden?
Lynn just looks at you. Where are we going now?
Then,
That
you know,
is-
sometimes you give me a heebie-jeebie.
For HR,
hold-
you say some
hold
stuff.
Yeah, hold on. You can say heebie-jeebies about a person directly to their face.
I think you need to watch a
Not
tape.
based on
No,
their-
you. I am
their
reporting. This is
makeup.
an official report right now. I'd like to file a complaint about
That
the
is
language
part of
that
my
you
job.
use.
All
Ah,
right.
Someone is unsettling.
Let's-
That's part of my job.
Okay, let's
Just
put a
because it's a
button.
fact doesn't mean you need to
Let's-
say it.
Let's table it for now. Len, we are going to look at Ruha for confirmation. Probably head towards Earth next.
Oh, lame. Okay.
Oh,
We will
Earth
most
is the
likely be going.
collective history of our
what's-
entire species. It's a cradle of knowledge and history and a wealth of information.
what's
It's the
lame
pinnacle
about
of
Earth?
art and culture.
I mean,
Yeah,
have-
but
not blame him.
They
In a
have
lame way.
they have yo-yos.
Yo-yos.
Yeah, and it just
you know,
like
you can get real
goes down and
brilliant
like-
on Earth.
We,
You,
we
you know
had those
what?
on Mars.
You're
No.
gonna get to Mumbai 5 and you're gonna love it. And you're gonna be like, I wish I'd come here sooner.
I can't
Food
wait.
here
I,
has seasoning. The
I've
air
only
smells
seen-
like fire and dirt. It's amazing.
I've only seen videos, you know, some of the reality show.
Everyone.
I'm excited. It'll be great, Len.
If we are going to the core worlds, hypersleep will be something we need to do.
Yes.
Are we heading there now?
Do you want to maybe?
Grab a sandwich on the way? Yes, I do. Thank you for asking.
Do you think it's better that we just show up to your contact, or
I should
perhaps
probably
place
send
it-
them some communications, let them know I'm coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I would suggest everyone.
Probably Peter arrange for, lodging.
Yes, I can take care of that while we travel.
Ruha, is there anyone in particular you want to contact?
Oh, my station manager. Him and I were
Yeah.
very close
Great.
before we broke up.
Oh.
Oh.
Conflict
But,
of
you know,
interest.
we're still
Mm.
I hope you
So-
declared that with HR.
that entertainment industry,
Hey.
man.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean,
Peter.
not the reason I got my job. That's actually very sexist. I had my job and
I
then
didn't say that's why you got to the job.
Okay, I'm
No,
just
did I?
making
Nobody
sure.
said that.
No,
It's
no one
Literally, no
suggested
one
it.
said
assumption.
that.
Okay.
No one suggested that.
just
No, I mean your credentials are clear. No, you have the talent. I've watched
it
the
was
show.
working
The
in
condo
proximity
alone
that
is
led to it,
credentials.
But you know,
Who said
Um,
my name?
Do what you need.
Lynn is looking over. I've
Yes, ma'am.
upgraded the cryopods.
Oh,
Oh.
lovely.
What do you mean upgrade it?
The slickware is vastly improved.
There we
Did
go.
you QA it? Because if I have another,
Nightmare
When we're
puppy
not-
situation.
Not killing Tommy. Remember, do not.
That wasn't my fault last time, but I'm sure it won't happen again.
Okay. I trust you.
Yep.
All right. Well then, I think everyone should get about their business and what they need to do before we go into hypersleep.
Yeah.
I will
Ruha,
get
I
my
guess we'll give
Hums
you your
and cheese sandwich.
we'll give you
H-
your privacy.
yeah, reach out to a couple different people. It'll be fine.
Let's go to Earth, gang. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. All right.
there's
Yeah.
great bars where we're going. Buck, you're
I
gonna
know.
love it.
I know at least two.
Yeah, Bombay Bombers. Have you ever had one of? It's just it's
Let's
gonna
do
be
it.
As the rest of you get ready for cryo, Ruha, is there any particular message you want to send out to your contacts?
Oh God. Yeah. Hey everybody, it's your girl. Just kidding. I always wanted to do
It's
that.
me, your boy.
Yeah, just always wanted to do that. I am back from my research expedition for my new book. And I had a personal favor to ask of you, but I think you'll be interested in what I have to say. So I'm just hoping to arrange a dinner or lunch and catch up and kind of pick your brain a little bit about what you think. If you could just not let anybody know I'm coming, that would be ideal. Yeah, I'm excited to see you. I know I've been away for a while, been off the grid for a while. But yeah, just hit me up while I'm in town.
You send this message off into the ether and the intergalactic net, and
That's why I was
it's-
careful about what I said, because I know everything goes through. Everything gets monitored.
and it's sent off. The rest of you are ready for your cryo sleep. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you fall asleep?
I feed Lord Kingsley, give him some pets and some loving. I feel like I've been neglecting a little bit. And just
Dr. Ruha, I have found Odin
Where was she?
inside one of the vents, as you said.
You know, I feel like she's seen that movie with that little girl who goes into the vents. That
Yes.
horrible man isn't going to abuse you anymore. I promise.
So, we are all accounted for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lynn, is there like a safe word in case something goes wrong that I can pull myself out?
Help.
Okay.
Hey, Susan.
You heard about that, did you?
I'll make sure I've got a little like grow station with little plants and peppers and stuff that I'd been using to spice up our foods and our drinks. So
Yeah.
Pete, if you could just make sure that they get
Yes.
appropriate. Thank you.
I will keep the plants alive.
All right, let's go. I just pick out my outfit for when we arrive and just lay it out next to it and everything. Just prep all that. Eat some chocolate and then pass out.
Peter, before it closes on, just maybe at some point check in on me, just in case.
I will keep monitoring to make sure you have no more puppy encounters.
Okay, thank you.
If anyone requires any counseling or deep compression time during hypersleep, I'm sure Lynn can plug you into my program. My copay information is all
Copay?
in their hands. Good night. I'm back in my satin pajamas.
Okay, I start the shutting everyone's pods, getting everything set. Close everything up. I take a moment, I stand and I look at everybody. Warden,
Yes.
would you plot a course for Earth, please?
Right away, Peter.
And I'm going to go sit in the cockpit. And I sit down in the pilot's chair. And I reach into my one of my satchel bags that I have. And I pull out this piece of machinery. It looks old and corroded. It's a logic core of an android. And I just start looking it over and tinkering with it while I sit leaned back in the pilot's seat.
Okay. And that's where we end today's episode.
Woo!
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes. And I got the giveaway winner. Congratulations to Sleaze Breeze
Please breeze.
Please read.
for winning the Pound of Flesh and Hideo's World modules. We'll get that out to you this next week.
Thank you so much to Stargrave for the live music scoring.
Yeah,
thank
so
you.
good.
That was great.
Thank you to Holly, our tech director, for making
Yeah,
this
Holly.
possible. Thank you to Mothership for the giveaways,
Yes.
Yes.
and Backblaze for your unending support.
And thank you to Susan for being so understanding about that mistake.
Thank you, Susan. Yep.
Remember to donate to the Tiltify link and
Yes.
the Bipolar Foundation, International Bipolar Foundation. That's I've been diagnosed with bipolar, so it's something to support for sure, because people like me will get your support, and it's felt.
That's how
Thank
it
you
works.
so much. Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Next
few
week,
more doors
special
to go
guest.
through, but-
Special guest for next week. B. Dave Walters
Woo!
joining us for the next episode of Eclipse as they make their way to Earth and find their contacts in Ruha's past.
Oh man.
See what happens there.
Oh goodness.
Thanks again
Yeah,
for making the
really.
show possible. Thanks to remember to always keep track of your stress and your sanity levels. See you next week.